catch 'em all. Pokemon, gotta catch 'em all. Gotta catch 'em all. Pokemon, gotta catch 'em all. Gotta catch 'em all. Pokemon. Oh my god. That was 100% improvised.
We're gonna stop the recording.
Did it really?
Yeah, no, but like we have to stop it now.
No,
we
this
don't.
is the podcast.
No, this is it. This is
Oh, we're on the podcast now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, honey. Oh, that was the beginning. I wanted
Sorry
to
to
start
disappoint
out.
you.
Oh, okay.
So, wow.
But this is it.
Yep.
Alrighty.
It's not as big as you thought it was.
Not as bougie.
We're in the music room of my dorm building because I'm poor. Anyway. Kira's typing. We came up with a few different topics. I have like one main topic that I told them about. By the way, I forgot to introduce Ronan.
Oh, yeah.
We have Ronan here with us.
Hi, guys.
Ronan went to high school with us, once again, just like Mariah.
He's still in high school.
He's still in high school.
Yeah, I'm the young baby.
But he knows a little bit about our main topic, so that's why we decided to bring him. So, and then also, I don't know, it's just fun to have people that we know.
I don't know anything about it, but I'll bring in my opinions.
You could like Google stuff because you have your laptop there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You're kind of the fact checker.
Right. Okay, so I kind of don't want to start with our main topic. I want to start with like a smaller topic. So maybe, because I know that you picked some out. That's my main topic is the only thing that I've researched. So if you want to start, because I know that you both have something. If you both want to start with something, I know exactly what Kira wants to start with. Kira.
Oh, we're starting with that?
Yeah.
Okay, so imagine
All right.
you're sitting in a theater.
Shitting in the theater.
You can't afford a toilet.
Oh, God.
No
Can't
indoor
afford a toilet?
plumbing.
No indoor plumbing?
Shit.
No.
Okay.
Except
All
we
right.
have a bread knife.
It's
So
literally
yeah.
shit. Like there's shit everywhere.
You bought this ticket online, and you just
But you
like
can't afford a toilet.
no.
It's like
You're
having a
like-
bread knife, but no bread. Which is so sad.
But anyway, you're in a theater, and here comes
Okay. I know exactly who you're gonna say.
Shakira. Okay? Okay, and like you hear her come out. She's clacking when you know, the clack when she walks. I'm like, oh, cute shoes.
They make a tap noise, yeah.
Yeah. You're like, oh, heels, okay. And then she doesn't sing. There's no mic out there. There's no mic.
Just an empty stage?
Just an empty stage. One spotlight on her.
Get ready for this.
Shakira. Next thing you know, BOOM! You just hear tap dancing. Shakira's tap dancing. You paid $30 for this.
Like full singing, like full Hello Dolly, like.
She's not singing. No.
Oh.
She's not singing. You know what? She could be singing. Shut.
Oh. I know no one can see me, but I'm physically sweating right now. There was like a gallon of sweat on my body.
Oh my gosh.
This is making me so nervous.
Can go. Puro, suelta, hey, puro. You know?
Oh my god.
Anyway,
Yeah,
You-
she does
you
the
had
rhythm.
another-
She has the rhythm to Africa with her tap shoes while she sings.
Oh my
Samina,
God.
mina,
Eh, waka, waka.
eh,
this is for the jungle, you know?
Jungle, jungle,
This time for Africa, I'm tap dancing. My name's Shakira and I'm tap dancing. Hey, you gotta end it with singing. I can tap dance now. Hey, I got tap shoes on my stomach. Hey.
This is taking a turn.
Oh my god. She's got tap dancing shoes on her stomach. On her hips. and she has walls next to her.
Stop. Stop.
And she's doing her
And
Rihanna's belly dance.
Rihanna's there.
Right, Rihanna's there.
Rihanna's there. And they're like, what?
But Rihanna's
what's
just
the
half
song?
naked and rolling around.
I can't remember to look at you.
You remember to forget you.
Okay, this is.
On a very unrelated note, I just got a C on my calc test, and I'm very happy about it.
Oh,
Wow,
congrats.
what's that like? Taking calc?
Wow, go to school.
what?
That was shade.
You guys attack
Call
me
me
so
Lu-
much.
Call me Latrice Royale because
But
Thorpe.
we're
the shade of it.
we're not. It's shade, but it's not tea.
No.
Yeah.
Everyone knows.
Yeah.
It's shade, but not.
I'm a
tea.
failure.
No tea, all shade.
No, it's all shade, but no tea.
Okay.
Because it's shady, but like it's not truth tea. You know what I mean?
I smell like a turtle.
How do you know what that
I'm
smells like?
sweating.
I say that so much.
Yeah, I get that from you.
Okay,
okay.
so what are we talking about?
Well, Kira had one more Shakira topic.
No, I didn't. Oh, yes, I did.
How about we turn it over and
No,
look
no,
at
no.
it?
Let's take.
Do you want
Okay.
to? I mean, we're on Shakira. We might as well keep going with
Okay.
Shakira.
So, our friend here is very musical. He knows a lot of musicals by heart. I don't know. I'm probably going too far. with
By
that.
heart might be a little bit of a stretch, but I know a fair portion of them.
Like me and Nicholas are into musicals too, and like, well, these two, like not too recently, but recently I've gotten into musicals a lot more, and it's because of you guys. So, but let's just cut to the chase. Shakira the musical. Okay, so that I know that's not a musical that you'll be able to buy for $30 before the show, like a day before.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be sold out.
It's gonna be sold out.
This isn't
year-round.
Hamilton.
You're right. This is the next Hamilton.
Possibly bigger.
Bigger.
It's gonna be Shakira, an American musical.
Shakira on ice, maybe.
A not so American musical.
She's not throwing away her hips.
No, she's not lying.
She's not even gonna pad.
Shakira doesn't need a pad.
No, she got tampons.
Yeah.
She.
Oh my
She-
god.
She.
God.
She isn't afraid of anything.
Oh gosh. Wow,
Yeah.
you really took it home there, didn't you, buddy?
I really did.
Okay, so I guess we can go on to our main topic.
Yeah.
Yes.
Maine. Okay.
Okay.
Every time we laugh.
Yeah, it gets real loud. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry that we murdered you. Wait a second.
Kira, we're not turning this podcast into an ASMR video.
ASMR? Don't you mean BDSM?
Oh my god.
No?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I really hope that you guys know what that means.
Anyway, main topic. This one's like not as serious, but like serious because it's like people's lives. Like
So it is
lots of
serious.
people's lives, like lots of people's lives are in danger and their lives are being ruined and like that's I just like to,
We're talking about the Underground Railroad.
yeah, I just like to be myself and that's not something I'm gonna apologize for.
They ask you how you are and you can just have to say you're fine, but you're not fine. But if you can't get into it because they will never understand.
All right.
Okay. The main topic is not the Underground Railroad. It is the fashion industry, but not just the fashion industry.
Earlier when you told me to look up the topic, I couldn't remember what it was and I looked up slave workers.
Oh,
Same thing, right?
yes.
Well,
Okay.
I mean,
This is like legal slavery.
Okay.
And,
Yeah.
and it is the fashion industry. There's lots of problems with the fashion industry. It's one of the world's #1 polluters, first of all. But this is more of an ethical problem rather than a physical problem.
which
and-
is... Sorry, I'm still a little lost.
Oh, okay. So it's very well known that like a lot of companies like to go to places like China or like Thailand, the Philippines,
Yeah, like outsourcing.
to get outsourcing, cheaper labor, cheaper materials. It costs them less.
Mm-hmm.
The problem with this is it's cheaper labor because they don't have. I mean, I'm sure that they have a minimum wage set, but it's not very good. Or if I'm not even sure if a lot of these countries have a minimum wage. Either way, they're not being paid a living wage, and that's like a huge topic here in America right now. Is $7.25 or $7.50, depends on what state you live in.
Yeah.
Is that really a decent minimum wage? But these places, it's like they're making like
$2 or $3
a day, and it's like hard labor. They're in terrible conditions, hot factories, making clothes. The problem with this is, let's say
a lot of things.
a lot of
truthfully,
things.
But
Well, one of the biggest problems with this is that it's not the fact that these companies that are getting this cheaper labor can't afford to pay them a living wage, because it's huge brands. It's like huge department store brands like American Eagle,
H&M.
probably H&M. If you get like any like sort of, I guess you could say cheap clothing, like anything from Walmart, probably. It's pretty much any brand. There's very, very, very few brands that don't do this. And I lost my train of thought. The problem with this is like, there's an image that I saw before this, and I posted part of the image on our Instagram as kind of a hint to what we will be talking about. The image, I cropped the image because it's actually two separate images put together. And it's this woman from one of those countries who works in those factories, and she's wearing this bright yellow like dress, this just plain yellow dress. She's holding a sign, and it says, "I made this for 60 cents." And then the other picture is someone from a first world country wearing the same dress, but her sign says, "I bought this for $50."
Oh, yeah.
And that's the reality of the situation, is like these companies are making a huge profit on every single item that they buy, every single item that consumers buy, every single item that they sell. They're making a huge profit. And it's not like if they were to start paying them like a minimum wage, like similar to America's minimum wage, they'd be losing a lot of money because they have a lot of money, obviously.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. The way I see it is that, like, despite all of the best intentions of, like, we want more money, we want to get, like, more jobs out there, more jobs out to the world, that's kind of just a huge facade, though.
Mm-hmm.
Like, when you have children in places like China and Cambodia and, like, all these other really small countries working adult labor, that's hard labor that, like, could present them to... Well, it's kind of similar to, like, the child labor era that we had in the U.S., where, like, children died on the daily with, like, cotton gins and, like, all these crazy, like, unstable, like, machine work that they didn't understand because they were children. So who's to say that just because it's in a different country and it's out of our hands that it's not necessarily our problem?
Right. Well, it is our problem because it's us giving them the work and it's us paying them and providing for them.
But that's like it's barely providing for them is what I guess I was trying
to
get at.
That's the main problem, is that it's providing for them, quote unquote, but not really. They're not really providing anything to them. And this is actually one of the things that I'm very outspoken about not liking or agreeing with Trump. This is one of the things that I agree with him, because he's not necessarily said that this is why he wants to do this, but he wants to bring more jobs into the United States, which I think everyone's okay with. Everyone's okay with bringing more jobs to the United States. But I think that something that this will do is it'll eliminate the outsourcing.
Yeah. I mean, because eliminating outsourcing in, like, the definition, like, textbook sense of outsourcing, it seemed like a bad idea considering that you're taking away jobs from other people.
Right.
But in the modern day version of outsourcing that we're all living in, it would honestly, it probably wouldn't impact their lives except make it, not as hard to be a living person.
Right.
Because they're subjected to, like, harsh chemicals,
right.
to, like, harsh environments, and, like, staff is mean. And
right. And that's why they go there, is because they know that there's laws here preventing those types of things from happening here. And that's why generally, like, when you meet like a factory worker or just really anyone in the workforce, they're generally healthy because there's laws protecting them while they're at work, but they don't have those same types of things there.
Yeah, I used to have a history teacher, and his parents were both, like, blue collar factory workers, and they, like, even though they were factory workers back in that time, they were still, like, fairly okay off because they had laws protecting them. They had, like, rules and regulations in place to allow them to, like, have a good quality of living, whereas now people are just kind of treated like slaves were treated way back in the 1800s before the Civil War. Like, it's not the same. We're not abusing these people physically, and we're not, like, whipping them, giving them no wages, and, like, taking control of their entire lives, but their lives hinge on the money that is given to them by these outsourcing companies.
Right.
So, I mean, it's just they don't have the protection that they so desperately need, and there should be like a really huge change with that.
I agree. Do you have anything to say, Kira? I know you didn't know a lot about it.
No, I didn't know a lot, but I was reading on here. It says, well, a thing about child labor. It says child labor is a particular issue in the fashion because much of the supply chain requires low-skilled labor, and some tasks are even better suited for children than adults, like cotton picking. Like employers prefer to hire children for their small figures, so they don't damage the crop for cotton picking. And it says that employers get away with it because the fashion supply chain is hugely complex and it's hard for companies to control every stage of production. So, I mean...
I tried to reach out to this company because obviously we don't have any funding at all besides like our own bank accounts. So we can't really put any money necessarily into this show, but I have been trying to get some sponsorships. One of the companies I tried to reach out to for this episode, I obviously didn't get any answers back, or else I would have said something, but they're called Thread International, and they are a great company that I've actually been wanting to support for a while, and that's why those are types of companies that I look for when I want a sponsorship, is because like I don't want to put the word out of a company if I don't agree with something that they're doing. But this company is great. They're actually trying to eliminate two problems, and that's the pollution of the fashion industry and paying their workers a living wage. They're based out of, they're an international, they obviously ship internationally, but they're a United States company based in Haiti. And they, are you looking them up right now?
No.
Oh. Anyway, they pay people in Haiti a living wage, but what they do is they're a very, very clean company. Every single one of their clothings are made out of recycled materials, recycled plastic bottles that they collect in Haiti. They pay people to collect the bottles, and then they turn it into thread, and then turn it into fabric, and then sell those clothes. Yeah, it's incredible one.
I really do agree with that topic though, because I remember I saw one example. It was like, because there are plenty, like, this may be a little off topic, but tying in like drag queens and drag culture, there are drag queens who will only they'll only be sponsored by certain companies, or they'll only allow themselves to be sponsored by other companies, depending on like their methods and stuff. I know one prominent one, Willem Belli. She only goes for makeup companies that do not test on animals, and she dropped a company in like a week one time, and it caused a lot of like controversy. And she said in an interview, like, bottom line, cut and dry, that she wasn't going to support a company that tests on animals. Like, that was one of her big deals. And so she dropped the company completely, and then they stopped testing, and she happily picked them back up.
Oh, I forgot that they do this too. They also sell just the straight up fabric and the straight up thread.
That's so smart.
But they do make their own clothes, and let me see if I can find like these clothes. Their clothes are really nice too. They're very, very like modern, like mid-century modern, vintage.
We could leave a link for you guys to look at it if you want to.
Yeah, they're a really cool brand. Even though they didn't sponsor me, like I would love for them to sponsor us. But they are a really cool brand. Let me find their story but yeah, they recycle. There's pictures online too to show they recycle all this trash. They sort through all this trash, put them in these big boxes, and then they pay all their workers living wages to make all these clothing pieces.
Which, that's a lot of money considering the amount of unemployment that there is in Haiti.
Right. They obviously saw multiple problems: the pollution, and the unethical, and then like the fact that, especially like when was the Haiti earthquake? 2010, I think it was.
2008 maybe. I do not fact check me on any of this because I cannot say if it's
One of
true or
those
not.
years. It was one of those years. It was one of those sounds right. Could have even been 2009. I'm not quite sure, but obviously recently in the last 10 years there was that huge earthquake in Haiti, and so obviously with a huge earthquake like that, they're even probably still recovering from that, and so that's such a big deal, to be doing that. All right, Kira.
Yeah.
Do you have our next topic?
Yeah. Should I just jump into it?
If you want to.
All right.
Every time you start a new topic, it's so funny because you're like,
You always seem
you're
to.
so dramatic.
Yeah.
Okay.
I listen to the podcast and you always sound like taken off guard by it.
Okay, here we go.
Okay. So, I'll ask you guys a question first.
All right.
Okay. Do you guys want kids in the future?
Sometime.
Yes.
Okay.
Very much so.
Yeah.
Like after I get married, I am going to have 2 kids, guaranteed.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I do usually, and then I see some out, in public, and I'm like, ew. Okay, so when you have kids, would you want to take them to like Disney World or something? Like what age?
I don't want to take myself to Disney World
Why?
because I love Disney World.
You don't want to take yourself?
No, I would. I
Oh.
want to take like just myself to Disney World.
Right.
I'd go to Disney World by
Yeah.
myself
I
in a
Without me?
heartbeat. Like if you wanted to join along, yes.
We
But
can have
like,
a whole
Okay,
family
yeah, I wanna-
trip.
I mean, we've gone before together.
right, and we're also going to Florida this summer.
Yeah.
What if we just took like a day trip to Disney?
Side note, I'm going there, and it's my boss's brother's wedding, and she doesn't know that I'm going, and we're gonna stay in a condo together. So
Oh yeah.
she still doesn't know.
You're not gonna let her know.
I don't think so.
That doesn't sound like a smart idea. If
You
I'm
know?
giving my own
Do you think I could get
professional opinion.
fired?
No,
No.
not fired, because that would just be awkward, not grounds.
She'd be like, "Huh, that's funny. You asked out the same week I did."
I'm like, what you got going on? I got a wedding. She's like, whoa!
Me too.
Whoa.
Where is it?
Something like
Somewhere.
St. Augustine? Yeah, that's the one.
She's like, that's such a weird coincidence.
Oh my god, my brother. Oh, John? Yeah. Oh,
Oh, John?
interesting.
How'd you know his name?
Oh,
I've never met Michonne. I'm excited. Michonne, if you're listening to this, I know you're probably
she's
not.
not.
Are you not going to tell her about this podcast?
No.
Tell her, hey, Michonne, if you're listening to this, Kira loves you.
She is a cool person, though. I accidentally did tell her I loved her once. I called her, thinking she was my grandma. I pressed the wrong button, and I burp in her ear, and then say, I love you.
That's the true way of making connections in this day and age.
Yeah. We didn't talk for a while, actually, but we're good now, I think.
Oh my god.
Anyway, the topic is, why would you take your babies on a trip, on a vacation?
Well, where
Okay.
what's the age range that we're talking here? Because
We're talking like toddlers,
okay.
Like they're too young to enjoy the trip.
too young. No, they'll probably love it.
No, I mean like
Remember,
babies.
You know, have
they're too
babies.
young to understand that they're in a
Yeah,
different
like
place.
I would say babies to 4 years old. 4 is probably too much.
Yeah.
Maybe 2.
Yeah.
2.5 or 3.
2.5.
I think I agree. Because every
The
time I've
museum's
ever been
fine.
right. But if you're going to a beach, why are you bringing your baby?
Right.
Unless
wanna lay
you
in the
live
sun.
unless you live near the beach,
Okay, yeah, but
that's understandable. But if you're going to drive more than an hour to go to the beach, that's a trip. That's a trip.
That
honey.
is a trip.
Why are you taking your 2 kids?
and they're just gonna
you're not gonna have fun.
they're just gonna be screaming and pooping in
Right.
the sand and stuff.
Right.
You don't want to.
It's a
You want to
big cat
enjoy
box.
yourself. You don't. Yeah, it's a giant cat box,
Well,
like a litter box.
There,
The world is your litter box, son.
there is there's a give and take with this, I think. Because personally, if I were to go on a trip for myself, a trip that I wanted to go by myself, but I still happen to have kids, or a trip to go with my metaphorical.
Give me 1 second.
He's got a fart.
Oh goodness. A trip to go on with my metaphorical husband in this sense. I would probably say no to bringing the kids only because
Some yelling now.
Well, people are yelling at each other. But anyway.
She's like, the fuck you say?
That was who you were talking to?
No.
That was just a random person?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, the one that I yelled at didn't even hear me, I don't think.
The fuck you say?
Okay.
That's so funny.
Back to what I was saying though.
What were we saying? All right.
If I'm gonna go on a trip like to Disney World or to like in New York, like I want to go on like a Broadway trip or something.
Oh yeah.
I wouldn't want to bring the kids as a trip for myself, but there's also a give and take of what kind of trip it's gonna be. Like if it's a trip to a childhood place like Disneyland or Disney World, I would want my kids to go with me only because I never had those I still have yet to have any of those opportunities, and I'm a senior in high school. So I would probably want my kids to have the experiences I never got to have while I was growing up, because you hear about those places and it sounds like the best place on earth, and from a lot of people who've been there, they say it is.
Mm-hmm.
So I would want them to go if it was like a place for like children. But if it's a place for adults that children really aren't needed to be, well, not necessarily not needed to be there, but a trip that you wouldn't think a child would enjoy, then I would say you probably shouldn't bring them. And not to say that you should just leave them in the crib, smack the mobile, and then just, come back a month later, they'll be fine. Right. No, like, leave them with activities to do and, like, a person to stay with. But personally, I wouldn't want to take a kid on a trip that was meant for adults.
Right. I mean, Disney World.
Take your kid to a nude beach if you're going to take him.
Yeah, if you're going to take him anywhere,
just
take
like
him to a nude beach.
Right,
Nudist beach.
Just have, like, some old man's, like, ball, like, smack him in the face, knock him out for 3 days.
Or an old one's National Geographic tube sock titty. Just whack.
A tube sock titty.
I mean, have you seen them though? It's like
No.
they just look like flat like
Have you?
sausages and tube socks that like roll down to their hips, and like
honestly,
they lose all
that's
the support.
a look.
That's
a look, Henny.
No, that's everybody in 4th grade when they decided to sing "When Your Boobs Hang Low," when they wobble on the floor.
Did you hear me trying to sing along with that?
Do you have another topic, Kira?
I actually do.
Oh my god, you do.
Yeah.
Please share.
So, well, it's actually kind of like a game.
Okay.
So we answer, like I'll tell you guys like rhetorical. I have a list, or I thought I did.
Yes, Kira.
Hang on.
For the people who can't see her, she has a very mischievous look on her face right now, and we don't know what that means.
Let's just start singing another song.
Okay, here we go.
Oh, never mind.
Okay, so I'm gonna give you guys lyrics to some songs. We're gonna do like 10.
Are they gonna be Shakira songs?
Okay, not all of them. No. No, none of them are Shakira. Actually.
Where are they coming from? Like, what genre are we talking?
Oh, just all kinds of songs.
Okay.
But listen, these lyrics are rhetorical questions.
Okay. Do we have to answer the question?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
We have to answer the question and name the song? Or
No. You don't have to name the song. I'll tell you the song and the lyric. You guys just answer the question.
All right.
Okay?
Okay. That sounds
Q&A.
good.
Got it.
All right. So this first one is by Michael Bolton. Michael Bolton.
Oh, goodness. All right.
And the lyric is, how can we be lovers if we can't be friends?
How can we start over when the fighting never ends?
Okay, that's not
That's
the question. Let's stay on topic.
Oh my god. How can we be lovers
If we can't be friends.
If we can't be friends.
Well, I feel like, yeah.
I have one word. Grinder.
That's,
Very true. Very true.
Yeah.
Catching trade is a very important topic. In fact,
I
I'll
don't
probably download Grindr while I'm here at BSU and catch some trade while I'm here.
Oh my god.
I'm kidding. I'm very much kidding.
Catch someone snatch.
No. Dick only for this person right
Oh
here.
my goodness. They don't get your snatch. I see.
All right,
Yes,
this
ma'am.
one. Okay, this next one is by Leanne Rimes.
Okay.
How do I live without you?
With a bottle of champagne.
Yeah, this one's easy.
Your heart and your brain.
You can survive without people.
Yeah.
It's just gonna be hard.
Unless it's on a stranded island.
It's not that deep, huh?
Unless it's on a stranded island with no
That's
real
true.
means of
She
living.
looks like she's about to suck that Mike's dick.
Yeah, she does.
That's cute. That's a look.
Yeah.
I've done that before. Just kidding.
When a woman loves.
When a woman loves a man.
All right, what's the next song?
The next one is by Tina Turner,
Ooh,
and it is
Turner.
"What's Love Got to Do with It?"
A lot.
A lot. Yeah, actually, this one's pretty deep.
If we're gonna go back to the subject of Grindr, honestly, not a lot.
Okay, well there you go.
Not a lot.
That's
But and a lot of other things, sure.
What's love got to do with it? Got to do with it?
oh.
Oh goodness. We have another singer in
Anyway.
the Grasshole podcast, don't we?
This is the musical episode.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
it
Oh yeah,
is.
it is. I forgot.
All right, next one is by the Beach Boys.
Ooh.
This one is
What did you
"Wouldn't
call
It Be
me?
Nice?"
Huh?
Wouldn't it be nice?
What?
Wouldn't it be nice if
We were
Wouldn't what be
honest.
nice?
Wouldn't it be nice if we were old? Isn't that the song? I have
If
the
we were
song.
honest, is I think the lyric.
Um,
Um,
it would be terrible.
It would not be fun, to be honest, because
Right.
then you get to lie and you get to create your own story.
Right.
Like, I could tell you that my name is Tess Tickle, and I've been performing in drag for 30 years, but will you believe me? That's kind of up for the birds.
And I could say that. I feel threatened.
Oh, no, it is older.
No, it's "Wouldn't it be nice if we were older? Because then we wouldn't have to wait so long." I think it's talking about sex.
Just fuck! Bitch, grinder. Okay, anyway.
Bitch grinder.
What was I saying?
Well, and also, it wouldn't be nice if you were older, because then, you know,
Taxes.
dick slingy, and
Oh,
fish gets
True.
ripped, and fish gets folded.
are we talking about? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about vaginas that you have to staple into your pantyhose every day because it flops so bad when you get fucked.
Oh my goodness!
Pardon me, this episode's gonna get a little X-rated.
Okay.
All right. The next lyric is by
What?
the Spice Girls.
Oh, always a classic.
Who do you think you are? Could
Run
also.
around leaving scars.
No, that is Christina Perri, you dumb bitch.
Who do I think I am?
You did not hesitate.
You really went in. Who do I think I am? I think I'm.
First of all, is Mel B okay?
No.
Okay,
No.
anyway.
It's a long thing.
Who do I think I
Who do you
am?
think you
I
are?
think I am Satan, Lord of Darkness.
I think that I am a succubus, and not only do I suck, but I take the U bus
He a
every day.
bitch. Because he's sucky bitch.
I am
What?
Confused.
Confusion?
not anymore.
What? You are what?
Nothing. All right.
Kira, did you have an idea?
No.
Is this Michael Jackson? Is that Michael Jackson? Is that Michael Jackson? Is that Michael Jackson?
It is not. That is Whitney Houston.
I threw up. That's why drag queens like to impersonate her, because she already looks like a man, so it's fine.
Okay, Whitney Houston. Where do broken hearts go? Probably to like hell or like some
Probably
kind
that
of.
bathtub she drowned in.
Oh shit!
I usually drop mine off on the corner of 34th and 5th at this really nice little Italian diner, Joanne's sometimes, because, you know, they got to get the good meat somewhere. And they're still laughing, so I'm just going to keep going with this little
I
tangent.
feel horrible.
Good.
Also,
crying.
I waited at least 3 years until Whitney was cold and sober in that ground, so you're walking some very dangerous paths right now.
Oh my god.
Oh, goodness. All right, let's go to the next song before this gets out of hand.
I actually don't know this song and I feel really stupid because I think I should.
Okay.
Aretha Franklin.
Aretha
Urethra.
Aretha
Urethra Franklin. No, new
I mean,
drag name.
like,
Urethra Shaken.
Ladies and gentlemen, Hamburger Bears Hollywood, please bring to the stage Urethra Shaken. Turn me up! Turn me up!
Who's zooming who?
Huh?
Who's zooming who? Who's zooming who? That's the question.
That's the question.
Who's zooming who?
I don't know what the fuck that means.
The hedgehog is zooming my pussy, personally.
Who's zooming who? I'm zooming the camera into my asshole. So
It gives me an answer.
Picture.
Yeah, great.
It gives me
like a little rosebud.
Mm-hmm.
The website I'm at right now where I got these questions is, it gives me a meaning and an answer. So I'll read you those for this one because it's a good one.
To take a good butthole picture, you just gotta zoom right in and wait till your butthole goes.
How do you take a classy nude? With a glass of wine in your hand.
The meaning says, you thought you were pursuing me. But guess what? I was pursuing... Oh, I get it. I was pursuing you. And the answer says, not sure. It's a bit chicken and egg. I don't really know what that means.
Did the chicken come before the egg?
Oh.
Ladies and gentlemen, please bring to the stage.
Well, you usually eat breakfast before dinner, so the chicken usually comes after the egg.
Wow. This is why he's in college.
Oh. Is that it?
Yep.
Alrighty.
I just shit myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Do you have another thing?
I don't. How much time do we have left?
I don't know. Let me look. Let me take
When
a
did we
quick...
start?
I think we're about 40 minutes in. Oh shit.
40 minutes. Wow. That's
Oh,
going
we only
fast.
have...
Do you want to try and come up with a little closing song?
Yeah. You want me to play something?
Yeah, just because we started with one. Why don't we end with one?
I mean, I
was
don't
thinking-
really know much.
Right. Kira was the one who played the little piano.
The P.
The little peen. But none of us really know piano very well. I guess Ronan knows piano a little better, but he's a better singer.
Oh, do I have to sing?
Yeah, we're singing. We're doing an outro.
Oh, I thought I had to sing something solo, and I got really scared for a second.
Get on up!
Turn me on, turn me out.
Let's tune.
Your name is Kira, not Shakira.
Shakira.
Okay, don't even compare me to her. I am literally garbage.
Two birds of a feather. Two birds of a leaf.
Two birds of a leaf.
Two birds of a
Two leaves
leather.
of a bird.
Two leaves
Nope.
of a bird. Anyway, thank you. Thank you all for listening to the Grasshole.
Yeah.
Did you have it figured out?
I had a great time here.
We did have a really good time here. If you want, go ahead and follow us at @_Grasshole on Instagram and Twitter and Periscope. Let us know if you want us to get a Snapchat. Also, please go ahead and like and subscribe to our channel and leave a comment if you like. Ronan, where can people find you online?
You can find my Instagram at Ronan, but like 5 or 6 ANs after the initial Ronan.
Ronan Anan.
Basically. That works too. You can also find my Twitter at FuckTardistan. That's at FUCK Tard is Stan. ISTAN. I'm not this offensive, I promise you. But if you want to follow me, follow me.
That is a dry.
If you want to fight me, fight me.
If you want to fight me, fight me.
I don't care about my haters.
And if you want to follow me on Instagram, it is at Switzerland Plus again. And Kira, your Instagram?
Kira Harvard.
At Kira Harbor. Kira, ready for the song?
No, I don't know what I'm doing. Here we go.
Okay. Get on up, turn me on. Get on up, turn me out. Get on up.